Hi, I'm Haley at Seamwork, and today I am going to show you how to make a shoulder slope adjustment. So shoulders are a really important part of any garment that has a shoulder seam, and that's because the shoulders are an anchor point. So if that point is off, then everything is going to be off. Sometimes you might find that your shoulders are at a slightly different angle than the pattern was drafted for. And that is okay. This super easy adjustment is going to show you how to fix the pattern so that it fits you perfectly, because that's the whole point. So how do you know if you need this adjustment? If your shoulders are more flat than the pattern is drafted for, this is how it may present. You might have these kind of ears or points winging up towards your face right here at the neckline. If this is the case for you, then all you need to do is pinch out a little bit. So you'll grab a pin like I have here, and you'll just pinch out the amount that you need so that that fits your shoulder snugly and anchors evenly across that shoulder seam. You may find that you have the opposite problem. Maybe your shoulders are more sloped than the pattern is drafted for, and that's okay too. How this would present on you is you would notice some kind of straining here at the high point shoulder, and straining or tightness and feeling there tells me or tells you that you need more fabric in this point. All you would do is take some scissors or a seam ripper and rip along that seam and measure how much needs to be added. Once you've determined the amount you want to add or reduce, we can make our pattern adjustment. I'm going to show you how. Okay, so if the angle of your shoulder slope is too dramatic and is winging up towards your ears, you're going to want to drop this point a little bit lower. So after you've tried on your muslin and you've pinched out how much you want to remove, you'll transfer that marking to your pattern. This pattern has the seam allowances already removed, so if you're working with a pattern that has seam allowance, make sure that you remove them or mark them along the neckline, the shoulder, and the armhole. This pattern doesn't have seam allowance. So let's say that I want to remove 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to mark that at the shoulder right at the neckline, and then using my ruler, I'm going to blend that line from the 1/4 mark to 0 at the low point shoulder, which is where your shoulder connects with your sleeve. And there you have it. Then what I can do is take my scissors, trim along that drawn line there. And once that is removed, I can add my seam allowance back to the neckline, shoulder, and armhole. And that's it. You might have the opposite issue. Maybe your shoulder is more dramatically sloped, in which case you're going to be seeing strain on your muslin right here. And that's cool. That's also really, really easy to fix. What you're going to do is you're going to grab some pattern paper, and it will make loud noises. And then we're going to do a little taping so that we can add some more room. So start by taping in your extra pattern paper so you have room to add room. So let's say that you need to add an extra 1/4 of an inch right here to your high point shoulder to eliminate that strain that you're seeing. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to extend your neckline by 1/4 of an inch. And I'm using the grid of my clear ruler to help me do that. So I've just extended and then made like a nice little square line with myself. This is why clear rulers are awesome. From there, I am going to do the same thing. Take my ruler, line up with my point that I measured to, and then to 0 at the shoulder, the low point shoulder, and then I'm just gonna draw that line. Again, my pattern has no seam allowance, so if your pattern has seam allowance, remove it from the neckline, the shoulder, and the armhole. It's just gonna save you a lot of grief and like backwards fraction math. Then from there, you have your new shoulder slope that's custom to your body. All you need to do is add your seam allowance back into your neckline, your shoulder, and your armhole. And as always, make sure that you're making the same change to the back of your bodice as well. And you won't need to change your sleeve because nothing has changed right here. Everything has stayed exactly the same on both adjustments.